So I'm so curious what your outlook is on this market turmoil and what you're seeing in terms of demand. Are you seeing any signs of a slowdown in spending?
We're seeing that the market is entering has some volatility in different parts of the world, but technology is seen as helping organizations, address supply chain shortages, serve customers better, get online digitally, and so demand for cloud remains very strong for us.
What's your take on this Broadcom VMware deal, and how will it change or potentially reshape the cloud landscape?
Broadcom and VMware are both partners of Google, and we're thrilled that they are looking at moving forward together. We think a lot of customers use a combination of VMware and Google Cloud together, and we have a strong program with them to help people migrate VMware workloads to the cloud. So we look forward to continuing our work with both companies.
Now, Google Cloud is still growing, as I said, but it is third to AWS and Microsoft,
Yes.
and there's a lot of work to do to close that gap. What is the secret weapon going to be? How are you going to scale your market share, and how long is that going to take to see you get closer to those other competitors?
Well, we are seeing very strong demand for our products, whether that is new kinds of infrastructure we're delivering. We are now delivering infrastructure capabilities, not just to run IT workloads, but telecommunications network, the announcement we had with Bell Canada, for example. We're seeing a lot of interest in our cybersecurity tools to protect people's networks and applications and data in the cloud. And we're seeing very, very strong interest for our analytics and data products, which are being used. Recently, there was a case study we did about UPS, optimizing how they route trucks using our capability for analytics and data. So we remain focused on providing great solutions with customers, bringing the innovation of Google to customers, and doing so at scale around the world. And if we do that well, we'll continue to grow, and we'll continue to grow and gain market share as we have been these last 3 years.
You recently did a sustainability survey that found that 50% of executives believe there's hypocrisy in their organization on this topic. How so?
Sustainability, what we found from the survey, number one, it's a super important priority for 80% of organizations around the world. Yet they have difficulty, 35 to 40% of organizations struggle with being able to measure their progress because the data about sustainability is not as easily measurable for a variety of reasons. And a number of organizations now need help to progress towards their sustainability objectives. And we at Google are helping many organizations do that.
Now, how do you make sure that hypocrisy doesn't exist at Google? And this has been a criticism of all the big cloud companies. For example, you do work with oil and gas companies. You do sell your services to those companies. Where do you draw the line?
We sell our services to oil and gas companies not for exploration production, but to the environmentally clean or the green parts of these companies for work that they're doing. We're also helping oil and gas companies decarbonize in a variety of different places. And we help them with things like distribution, et cetera, in their retail stores and other things, but we're not doing work in the exploration production business. The second, we do help many, many companies in the sustainable energy business, both by providing our technology to them, as well as being the largest procurer of renewable energy in the world. We power our data centers and our global network of cloud regions using green energy more and more, and we've been carbon neutral for 14 years now, even as we provide technology for many organizations around the world to run their IT in a more renewable way.
Does Google still have that deal with Aramco, for example?
We work with Aramco's system integration division, not with the oil and gas division. And we work with their system integration division to provide our technology to customers in different parts of the Middle East. We have said that again and again, that we don't work with the oil and gas division within Aramco, but with the system integration arm of Aramco.
Now, Google did recently strike a deal to buy Mandiant for $5.4 billion. I know the goal is that this will help enhance Google's cloud offerings. Quickly, how would you characterize the cyber threat landscape right now, especially in the midst of this ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine?
Cyber threat landscape is changing in the kinds of threats, the scope of the threats, the scale of the attacks. And we at Google, along with our technology, help people detect threats, protect against them, and analyze if they have been compromised. And we are seeing strong growth for our product portfolio, Chronicle, Simplify, a lot of our cybersecurity products being adopted by regulated industries like financial institutions, commercial customers, critical infrastructure organizations like telecom networks and utilities, as well as by government agencies.